So before we start the video, 100. If yeah, didn't expect that one, that it even gonna happen in the first 4 years of my freaking video making career. And it's not even 2 years after I actually started doing videos, and I have 100. That's actually something I didn't expect, and I of course hope that it's gonna go up, up, up. The 100 is just the first big step. The next big step is 1,000. So, acolytes, do it. Sub, look at it, just sub, watch my videos. We can effing do it and go over that. So, thank you first of all, and now let's start the video. Welcome, acolytes. Today we're reacting to iilluminauttii's legal case could be thrown out. Vangelina from VangelinaSkov. I made a few videos about, or reacted to a few videos of VangelinaSkov. Very intelligent young woman, and by the way, she also covers the Illuminati stuff extremely well. So I just don't think that I can even freaking do the same amount of work as she does, so just reacting for now. And yes, I am actually no longer as sick. I'm still a bit of a after play, but it's not that bad. So just gonna actually, as I see it, I'm having Vangelina, and the second thing is, I think, because what I actually realized or did, I actually don't wanna have any commentary, or I want to have commentary, but I don't want to specifically concentrate on that because that's not fun for me. I just, well, reacting is the thing that's fun. But what I'm gonna do instead is I'm gonna go out and make a second channel with reviews for games, because that's something that I actually wanna invest time in, and just it's just something I'm actually, I wouldn't say passionate about. That's something that I want to do, and I clearly just want to do it because it's specifically for me fun, and that's why I just, well, just want to try. It's that simple. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna definitively try that and just do my due diligence in that kind of content, just because, well, that's the thing I wanna do. So, as it is, I'm gonna now start the video, and yeah, we reached 100 subs. That's, I am actually quite happy about it. That's something I extremely enjoy, and I just didn't think that I'm gonna reach it after 2 years of doing this, because yes, I did it for, I made pure gameplay the first time, but then I realized that purely gameplay isn't that mine. So, but now I think I know I want to do reviews like that, and it's just something that's fun for me personally. And that's we are Keysler! So, as it is, let's start.
For sponsoring today's video. More on them later. iilluminaughtii may lose her entire legal case. In the last update,
nice. And I hope it, because iilluminaughtii has no effing business of actually winning, in my opinion. Now why? Because she's a giant effing asshole, and I don't like assholes. It's just that simple. It's really just that simple. But hey, what do I know? I'm just an old fancy lich with his opinion. Oh, this would be a hard fight there. Yamarafi has to die as quickly as possible, and this... Oh, okay. It's just... Yeah, this will be hard.
on this situation, we talked about iilluminauttii's case against former friends and former colleagues. These were Ozmedia and Wonderstruck, two former members of Sad Milk who we've talked about in depth, specifically in relation to iilluminauttii. We haven't just talked about their personal lives here. And the third was Felix the Kit Kat, a former employee of iilluminauttii who provided the clique with screenshots showing that iilluminauttii had paid Felix to dig up dirt on the clique. This case was claimed claiming various
Correct.
different things, including defamation and damage to Illuminati's business. I won't go over that entirely.
And by the way, I don't know how it looks legally, but it's a pretty giant amount of bullshit.
Document again because most of you will have already seen it, but if you haven't or you've forgotten the details of it, the link is in the description for my previous video about that where you can catch up. Now though, like I said, there has been a big update on this situation. And in fact, at this point, it looks like Illuminati may be fighting a losing battle. Before I go into the full details of it though, I just want to give a massive shout out to Madcaster. Like with the previous legal documents that we went over, Madcaster was the first person to find these. Madcaster makes great videos on these topics, so definitely check him out. His other videos are fantastic as well. And like with previously, he was also kind enough again to agree to send me the documents that we're discussing today. So his channel will also be linked in the description. Definitely do subscribe to him, it's worth it. And like I said before, he has really cute cats, so that's very important to me. But let's move on and look at the documents. So what's happening currently is that Oz Media's lawyers have filed a motion to dismiss Illuminati's case. An important piece of information for context here is that the document that we went over in the previous video was the amended documents. So Illuminati's lawyers had sent over a first set of documents and they then had to amend them because they were not good enough. And there were a lot of issues even with the amended.
Yeah, that's it. If you cannot do anything half-assed if it comes to legal battles. You just cannot. You really have to actually give a shit. It's that actually simple, to be honest. But yeah, if she doesn't, I mean, she just tries to spook them from what I can see, so... Whoops. Oh, that one. And yes, you just cannot half-ass the entire thing. And this is what Illuminati mostly did there, probably, as I hear it out. So yeah, and I mean, I don't actually even, well, it's not even a surprise, at least for me, because at the end of the day, she just doesn't give a fuck. She wants to scare people in the entire thing. So really not that surprising to me, at least. So yeah, it is what it is. At least.
Documents which we discussed previously. The main thing being that they didn't actually give any detailed descriptions. It stated that people had defamed her and her company without giving direct quotes or linking to the places where this defamation occurred. So the judge was just supposed to look at that and go, yep, seems legit, no facts here, no evidence, but okay. And that was the main issue with these documents, is that there was little to no real quotes, real evidence, or real ways to find what exactly she was talking about. And you have to remember, a judge is not sitting here watching YouTube videos about this situation. The judge needs to be pointed in the direction of the defamation or other issues which are occurring. So now, because there are so many issues with this document, and for various other reasons, Oz Media's lawyers are asking for this case to be entirely dismissed. Plaintiff's complaint fails to articulate the alleged defamatory statements made, precluding any finding that such statements are plausibly provably false or defamatory. The amended complaint further fails to identify any confidential or proprietary information that was misused by defendant Oz, and is therefore similarly defective. Plaintiff's entire amended complaint should be dismissed for failure to state a claim upon which relief may be granted. And a beautiful line, plaintiff's amended complaint alleges a hodgepodge of jumbled facts relating to a personal and business relationship with Oz. So like I already said, this is essentially saying there were no facts, there was no quotes, there was no evidence, it's just a mixture of vague claims. And what she already submitted was the amended complaint. So at this point, they believe it should be just thrown out. Also, this is where I should mention that I'm not a lawyer, in case any of you are under that assumption, even though I've said it in like a million videos. I'm not a lawyer, no legal background. This is just my understanding based on the information that I know and based on reading this document. So from my understanding, this is talking about the breach of contract that was alleged. Plaintiff's amended complaint alleges a hodgepodge of jumbled facts relating to a personal and business relationship. Before I move on with the rest of it though, just a question to you guys. Do you ever feel like you would like to earn by playing mobile games? Because I'm gonna let you in on
Yeah. Let's just skip this one.
side digging tunnels or something. I don't know why that was the first thing I thought of that somebody would tell you to do. But if they tell you to do that, you could say, no, actually, I'm not wasting my time. I'm having fun and I'm earning points. And I'm probably going to get some gift cards. What are you going to get? You're just going to get that tunnel that you're digging. That's not very useful. I don't know why everybody's digging a tunnel. I'm sorry. As well as being fun, it's also just a fun way to chill out in the evening. I know when I'm finished with work, all I want to do is just sit on the couch and look at my phone and play some games. And like I said, they have a lot of games to choose from. I definitely think that you're going to enjoy this. So if you'd like to try it out, then go to misplay.com/Vangelina. You'll get 200 bonus points when you sign up today. Plus use my code Vangelina50 and you'll get an extra free 50 points, which will help you towards redeeming your first gift card. Again, that's misplay.com/Vangelina and use code Vangelina, saying that everything that she's saying is not relevant in any way. She's just throwing out strange claims that have no legal bearing here. The claims that are asserted are sparse and are not pled with sufficient factual information. That line pretty much speaks for itself. Plaintiff's breach of contract claim is similarly defective, without any identification of confidential or proprietary information that was misused in any manner by defendant Oz. Then the document also goes on to say that the defendant and the plaintiff's counsel, so their lawyers, met to discuss these issues. Rather than supply facts, plaintiff's amended complaint continues to merely assert threadbare legal conclusions and attempts, but fails to plead per se and per quote defamation in the alternative. So again, even though they met up and discussed this in person, according to this document, iilluminaughtii's lawyers were still unable to actually provide facts and evidence. Which is bizarre to me. I don't know if this is the lawyer's fault or iilluminaughtii's fault or everybody's fault. But the thing is, if they have the evidence and the quotes of the actual defamation being done and the actual breach of contract being done, you'd think they could just go, okay, well, we have that information, let's just tippy-tappy that out. What? Let's just type that out and submit the document, which they could have done when they made the amendment, but they didn't. So do they not have the evidence and the information, or are they just not putting it in the document for some reason? Makes no sense. But I would personally believe, in my own opinion, that they don't have the information because they're making claims that don't, in my eyes, seem to be true. This document then goes on to talk about some of the claims that Blair made about their romantic personal relationship, because if you remember, Blair and Oz Media did date for a while. The amended complaint alleges that parties were involved in a romantic relationship and lived together at various times in Oz's home. It alleges that the romantic relationship ended and that she moved out of Oz's home in December of 2021, claiming that she and Oz were still good friends. Blair moved back into Oz's home in August of 2022 while her new home was under construction. She alleges she began seeing a new person romantically over the Christmas and New Year's holidays, presumably in 2022. The amended complaint alleges that Oz contacted an employee of Blair's in January of 2023, telling the employee that Blair had cheated on him. This in no way seems relevant to anything that she's trying to claim. I don't understand how this is damaging her business. I don't understand how this is defamation, since it was a private conversation. It doesn't make any sense. The amended complaint also alleges that Oz published a series of tweets falsely claiming that Blair had mistreated him. And finally, the amended complaint alleges that Oz published and or appeared in videos that included false allegations of theft. Where did that happen? Point to the evidence, which is what they're about to say. None of the alleged...
If you claim things, it's particularly different than actually showing any proof or something else. Because right now, he's talking, but that's... Why can I not retreat? What the F? Okay, I'm done. Oh, I have to.
Statements by Blair are
you
set
just
forth
cannot do
verbatim in the amended complaint,
not how it
nor
works.
attached to it as an exhibit. So like I said, no quotes, no evidence, no pointing to where these things were said. None of the alleged statements by Oz regarding Blair are plausibly defamatory. The amended complaint is so lacking in essential details, including exactly what and in what context Oz said anything, that it fails to state a claim upon which relief can be granted. Further, none of the vaguely described statements alleged in the amended complaint pertain to plaintiff's Period Entertainment LLC, and as such, it cannot state a claim for defamation. Sometimes I do
nice.
like reading legal documents, by the way, because I used to hate it because they're so wordy and I wouldn't understand what I was reading and it would just hurt my brain.
Yeah, if you're actually reading legal documents, you need a lot of experience with those. That's why lawyers actually take this much money for it, because it's a real beat to actually know what you're talking about. Wait, where am I here? Is this thing?
I shall be in the gardens.
No, this one. Okay.
But
yeah.
once I kind of got to understand them a bit and I got used to reading them, which I seem to have to do a lot on this channel, as serious as the situation it is, sometimes these documents are just so catty. It's quite interesting to read. Like, the amended complaint is so lacking in essential details, including exactly what and in what context Oz said anything. I love it. Like, drag her. It's great. Similarly, plaintiff's contract claim suffers from the same lack of plausibility, where the amended complaint fails to articulate any particular confidential or proprietary information that was used by Mr. Oz, contrary to the alleged contract. Rather, the claims are merely bootstrapped to the plaintiff's defective defamation case, and must also be dismissed for failure to state a claim upon which relief can be granted. So this again, you'll have to watch the old video to get the full context, but there was talk of breach of contract, and
Yeah, this was an entire drama of that. One of the things that she actually stole the car, like took back the car that she actually had. It was just a full shit show.
Still their future.
It was just a full shit show. It was just. It's just absurd. Let's just say it like it is. It was.
they're saying this is not detailed enough. You're not even saying which part of the contract was breached. You're not saying how it was breached. It's just thrown in there with everything else, and everything else is already defective. Then they go on to say that Illuminaughtii and her lawyers have already had the chance to amend the complaint, and that they should not be allowed to submit another amendment because they have and continue to fail to plead plausible claims based on facts rather than threadbare legal conclusions. Defendant prays this court dismiss plaintiff's amended complaint for failure to set forth any cause of action for which relief may be granted. So that's the motion to dismiss. It's pretty much everything that we've been saying, but in legal speak and with the facts and the evidence, that there wasn't enough facts and evidence, I'm gonna get so sick of saying that, for this to be in any way plausible, and that it should just be thrown out and they should not be allowed to amend the complaint again. To which Illuminaughtii and her lawyers respond.
And I actually hope so, because if you're
Magic is not the only
you're
way.
basically wasting time at this point. You don't have a foot to stand on. You're just bullshitting around, just wasting time of everyone. Just get the F out. And I hate this. I really hate this. I mean, this is just playing around and dicking around for no effing reason. I despise things like that.
Responded. And it then goes on to say some of the things that we already just went over. On or about January 4th, 2023, defendant Oz contacted Blair's employee and told the employee that Blair had cheated on him, despite Blair and Illuminaughtii's relationship. Jesus Christ. Despite Blair and Oz's relationship ending in December of 2021. For reference, this is what they're alleging. We're yet to see any actual evidence of this, but okay. In or around the latter part of April of 2023, defendant published a series of Twitter, now X, posts falsely claiming that Illuminaughtii had mistreated him. Yes, we got this. They already said that. Show me show me which bit. Where did he say that? Where's the defamation? After Oz made these
And that's the problem with that. There is no defamation about it. It's that simple. They don't have any evidence. They don't have anything. And maybe they have it, but they aren't showing it now. Where it's the most important. Why? Why? Just show it, for F's sake. It's now or never, basically.
False Twitter accusations. iilluminaughtii began receiving death threats or threats from third parties through Twitter, Discord, YouTube, Twitter again. Twitter, Discord, YouTube, Twitter? Are you seeing this? Threats from third parties through Twitter, Discord, YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, and email. Are her lawyers not proofreading their own documents? Where did she find these? Oh my god.
There is a magic.
It's all starting to make sense now. Blair made her first call to the police in this regard on or around April 23rd, 2023. Now, I don't think it's fair for her to be getting death threats or any kind of threats made to her. That is taking it way too far, especially considering these threats are more than likely coming from people who are not actually involved in this situation. You know how it goes on the internet. You say one thing wrong, you get a ton of death threats. It's not very fun, but it's not
Or you do something that you actually you play differently.
Teach them blood.
It's as simple as that. You just play differently, and you're done. You're basically like, no, you did this and this wrong. You're not playing like me. I mean, I am sure I triggered a few people just by loading up my save files right now, just because I'm actually going in this game again. I'm not that good as I was, so have to practice. And just restarting everything from new won't give me the practice I need. Or the tactical, or using the tactical advantages that I could use, that I am just not using. So yeah, F off.
Okay, what I will point out, however, is this doesn't seem relevant. I guess the point that they're trying to make is that Oz made some claims about her on Twitter, and because of that, as a result of these things, she received these threats. But you can't really say that this is all because of Oz, because multiple people came out, not making false claims to my understanding, but talking about their feelings and opinions and experiences, which is not defamation, and because the whole legal eagle thing.
Yes, because talking about it isn't defamation, as actually a lot of people would like lead you to believe that it is defamation. No, it's not. No, it's not. And of course you can say a lot of hideous shit. But in the end, if you're actually making statements, you have to back it up. Because, well, we're still... we're still living in a
Those who speak the truth are
free
always
country, so you can say what you want, but the consequences about it, and I'm not saying death threat or the things that actually happen on the internet, instant witch hunting and such, that this should be something you actually get target for. No, I mean slight consequences that you're not longer trusted or something like that, because that's normal behavior, let's say it like that.
So there was a lot going on, and you can't say it's because of Oz's tweets. Again, then, talking about a defamatory video titled The Fall of Miss Blair, YouTube's biggest bully, was posted about plaintiffs. This video was published by Madison, who this document isn't about. In that video, defendants speak publicly about their intent to publish another defamatory video. I'm just gonna parrot what Mad Capster said here, because what he said was the most straightforward way you can say it. You can't sue somebody for something that hasn't happened. Defamation has not occurred yet, so why put this in? On or about September 16, 2023, Oz released a video titled Let's Talk, an update on Illuminaughtii drama. In this publication, Oz speaks to how he believes that the video will be used in a courtroom and includes false allegations of theft and abuse. Tell me the quotes of the false allegations. Also, you just said how he believes that the video will be used in a courtroom. That's his opinion. That's his opinion, babe. What do you... I feel like I could write a better legal document than this, and I'm dumb. So, like... The allegations referenced above and pleaded in the amended complaint falsely allege that plaintiff Blair committed a criminal offence and misconduct. These false allegations have severely impacted plaintiffs' reputations in the YouTube community. Plaintiffs were well-respected documentarians, a reputation which is waning, if not all but destroyed, due to defendant Oz's actions.
No. That's just pure
We
bullshit.
shall raise a
Yes,
watchtower.
Oz probably had some. Well, I mean, he did say some things, but at the end of the day, that's irrelevant. That's totally irrelevant.
Mother,
He just said what he
blessed
thought,
saint.
his perspective, and you cannot actually do anything against it.
By
Or,
hexes.
I assume, I mean, it's still. I hope not. Let's say it like this, I hope not. Because it would be bullshit, in my opinion. But, yeah,
Help
Yeah,
is
it is
always
what it is.
appreciated.
just wait it up.
Say
Let's see what
I
happens.
already said this, but there were so many things going on, so many people talking about their feelings towards their own experiences with Blair, as well as Blair's own actions. I mean, a lot of people unfollowed Blair because of the response video she made to all of this, because of the Illuminati exposed video she made. Because in that, she did things like publish personal information about people that shouldn't have been shared, stuff about people's mental health. Some people looked at that and went, not going to support this person. People looked at her behavior with Legal Eagle and thought, not going to support that person. People
Disgusting.
heard about people's feelings towards things that they experienced with her and thought, not great. I don't know why she's blaming this all on Oz. I don't know if she's just decided this is the person who has destroyed her life for some strange reason. Like,
No, it's simple. I think it's a power thing. Because she was.
Inspire the constraints with frugality.
He was his partner. And she just thinks that she stands above him. And she knows that he can probably, and I assume this one, but she probably
You
thinks
are
that
one
she
false, no,
she can
yes?
break him
I will
relatively
bless
easily because
so that
he's
you
still under
feel it
her
truly.
thumb. But that's
Kill
just
for
right.
Kislev.
And yeah, if you break Oz, you actually have a higher probability to just get your point across.
Spirits, I see.
Just being a totally normal human being that actually doesn't
Who calls?
doesn't want anyone to suffer and blah 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 blah. It's dumb in my opinion, but well, it is what it is. I mean, you can try that, you definitively can try that, and I'm not even mad that she actually tries to set herself way better up than she actually is. That's just normal. That's just what human beings do. So,
like he's some mastermind controlling this whole narrative. Doesn't make any sense. She'll be able to establish at trial that she has lost thousands of followers to her YouTube channels due to defendants' actions, which has caused losses of substantial revenues. Just put the number here. How many thousand? How hard is it? We can all look at how many thousand. You can just go on Social Blade and see how many thousand. But why are they just saying she has lost thousands of followers? How many?
because it sounds better. Because actually
We
showing
have much to
proof
discuss.
is way harder than actually just claiming something.
What do you wish to
That's
discuss?
simple, to be honest. It's that simple. Or I think it's that simple, because I always assume that the simplest thing is just more likely to be true than the hard and actual thing that you actually trying to achieve. Yeah. So
Curdling milk.
yeah.
Many thousands. It's not that hard. Do your job. Starting to annoy me, which has caused losses of substantial revenue. How much revenue? It even goes on to say that in some other case they were able to put through a defamation claim without proof of monetary damages. But if you're saying there are monetary damages, why can't you come up with a number? You should know how much money you're losing or be able to give an estimate. How much money?
Especially if you claim it. You claim that you have a monetary loss, so prove it. How the F do you even have a monetary loss on this specific thing? How does it happen?
It's a
Why?
pleasure to talk to someone.
Wieso, weshalb,
who's
warum?
not a cop.
Money were you earning before? How much money are you earning now? Cut that number, basic subtraction. There's your number, an estimate of this amount. We even saw that with the dissociated case as well, that there was able to be a number put there. It's absolutely just insane at this point. You're being told you're not providing facts and evidence. You're not providing numbers, quotes, anything substantial. And in response to this, Illuminati's lawyers continue to provide nothing substantial. I mean, how hard is it to throw in a number, to throw in a quote, to show that you have something? If this defamation is occurring, if this breach of contract, if everything that you're claiming is occurring, you should have the evidence right now to back that up, and not just say, well, once it gets to court, then we'll tell you. It's going to be like a fun surprise. You can't like tease
Fun surprise. We got everything. No, that's not how you do it. I think that most people actually truly think that it's like in the films, but it's not. You cannot like go out and suddenly just pull out your evidence and shock the other side.
Such strange newness.
That's not how it works.
Ends justify me.
It's just absurd. Just totally absurd.
legal information. Now, there was another document from Oz and his lawyers once again just saying that no, definitely should be dismissed because everything's really vague. It's not too important to read in detail because it's pretty much similar to the other stuff. But then we get to the court's decision on all of this. The court's decision on whether Illuminati's case should be dismissed or if she gets another chance. I have reviewed the motion, the response, and the reply, and I'm familiar with the case and applicable law. I also note that defendant Felix the Kit Kat has more recently filed his own motion to dismiss. It appears to the court that the statements alleged to have been made by the defendants that plaintiffs contend are defamatory have not been pled with sufficient specificity for the court to be able to review them and determine whether or not they are defamatory. Clearly, it is ordered within 14 days, plaintiff may file a second amended complaint. All alleged defamatory statements by all defendants shall be set out verbatim, and the media containing these statements, that is Twitter, X threads, videos and the like, shall be disclosed to the defendants. If the complaint is not so amended, the court will rule on the pending motions to dismiss. If the complaint is amended as set forth herein, this will moot the pending motions to dismiss, and they may, if they wish, file motions to dismiss for the second amended complaint. So Illuminati is being given another chance. Her and her lawyers had 2 chances to give the evidence, to give the verbatim quotes and the media containing these quotes of all the defamation of everything that she alleges. They had 2 chances. They didn't do it. And now they're being given a 3rd chance. So what's going to happen is if they don't do it still, if it's still not enough evidence, the motion to dismiss is going to go forward and her whole case will be dismissed. So this could put a fire under their asses to get the evidence in order and actually put out the proper information with the quotes, with where the quotes came from, with where this happened and when this happened. Or they could mess it up again because they've already messed it up twice. So I really don't know. The thing is, though, it seems that Illuminati and her lawyers may have already submitted their second amended complaint. I'm trying to get my hands on that at the moment, so as soon as I get it, I will give you an update on that just to see where we're at. I did want to get it before making this video so that I could put it in this video, but it was not to be. Sorry. I'm genuinely very sorry for that. I did want it to be in this video. So as soon as I do manage to get my hands on that document, I will give you an update here. We will look at it and we will see if her lawyers actually managed to string together anything substantial or if it's all still vague and useless. But if they haven't managed to do it this time, then Illuminati's whole case is just going to be thrown out the window. And if she wants to pursue this, she's going to have to file the whole thing again. But at this point, I wouldn't put it past her. Thanks so much for watching today's video. Do let me know in the comments.
Yeah. By the way, show her some love. It's just outstanding work that she actually does. And the thing is, it's just the entire Illuminati thing is just, in my opinion, so unnecessary. It's just, why would you do this stuff? And I mean, just, well, no, I mean,
Chaos waits
she's
for no one.
She's just a freak of nature. Illuminati is just, for some reason, she's a control freak. And control freaks do what control freaks do. There is just nothing else to actually say about it, I assume. it is what it is. But at the end of the day, acolytes, what do you think about it then? Good night.